Hey everyone, today I'm testing out the new L'Oreal Age Perfect 4-in-1 Miracle Tinted Balm in the shade 10 Light. So here's what the foundation looks like both freshly applied, which is the top swatch, and after it's dried, which is the bottom swatch. So I have to talk about the texture of this product because it is so unique. It feels almost like an oil in solid form, and the best way I can think of to describe it is like shortening, or what we call Crisco, at least here in the US. So although it may not be a very appealing description, I wanted to give you an accurate description so that you would know what it feels like. It's very creamy, it feels very oily, it definitely does not have a drier texture like a mousse type foundation. So while I'm applying this to the left side of my face with a sponge, let's cover some of the basics. I purchased this off of Amazon for $11.97 US, and you get 0.63 ounces of product. Now, this is also available at places like Walmart, Target. I saw it in my drugstore the other day, but for some reason, it doesn't appear to be on the Ulta website or in store. So pausing for just a moment here, I'm going to show you what it looks like with one layer on my left side and then bare skin on the right. And then I'm going to go in with a very old, so old the paint's coming off of it, Sephora flat top kabuki brush on the other side to see how we do. Now, L'Oreal describes this as a makeup plus anti-aging care in one swipe. It's a balm that melts into your skin instantly and smooths the complexion. Now, you may ask, where does the 4-in-1 come from that's in the title of it? And the 4-in-1 is that it's supposed to firm over time, smooth lines, conceal imperfections, and even tone. There were no added fragrances or perfumes that I could detect in any way, and for those interested, the dry time came down to about 13.5 minutes, at which point it would stop transferring when I would touch it with my fingertips. Going back to application methods for a moment, I like the way this applied best with either a sponge or my fingers. I found that the brush got a lot of brush strokes in it, and I had to go back over it with a sponge. So now as I start to go in for a second layer to see if we can build it up, I'm definitely going to go in with the sponge because it gives a very natural skin-like look. This foundation comes in 8 shades, and I can't speak about all of the shades, but I can tell you that I took a really good look at the first 3 fairest shades, and they all 3 had a very strong, peachy, almost orange undertone to them. Now, I was surprised by this because I consider L'Oreal to be top-notch when it comes to foundations. I think some of their drugstore foundations are even better than high-end. They usually do a really good job of offering different undertones. So what I'm hoping is that maybe they're just putting out a few shades to kind of test the market, see how this does, and then they'll go back and add some more shades, especially those with neutral undertones. Luckily today I had some self-tanner on so I could make it work, but when you look up close, I just absolutely love this. I feel like it looks very skin-like. Everything about this I like except for the color, of course. Now, I do want to give you fair warning that this is a very unique product. I happen to love it, but I was talking with one of my dear subs, and she mentioned that because of the balmy texture, she felt like it broke up very easily. So just remember to always keep those receipts so that you can return if you don't love it. But I'm really hoping that you will. So going in for our transfer test here with a bit of white t-shirt. And I have to tell you, if you are wearing a mask now, be careful because even fully dried, this did have just a slight bit of transfer to it. And as far as our water and sweat test goes, it doesn't move around a lot, but it definitely did get a little bit splotchy, a little bit patchy with excessive water on it. And we'll start our comparison swatches in Indoor Light with the L'Oreal Age Perfect Tinted Balm in 10 Light. Next, we have the L'Oreal True Match Nude Serum 0.5-2 Very Light, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Instant Perfector Glow in 01 Light, and the Milani Cream to Powder Foundation 220 Creamy Natural. And of course, we'll transfer over to Sunlight with those exact same swatches. And finally, I have some exciting news. As of right now, we are 2 people away from 500 subscribers. I thank you so much for helping me to grow my channel, and I want to show my appreciation by doing a giveaway. So if you'll stay tuned for that, that'll be coming up soon. Thanks again so much for your support.